let's get a few things straight. It's pronounced Cagliari. It's at the southern end of Sardinia, and it's not where the next America's Cup will be. So you might be asking, what are we doing here? Well, the simple answer is that Cagliari marks the start of the 38th America's Cup cycle. Now, as you probably know, there are lots of points in any America's Cup cycle that claim to mark the start, and I'm certainly guilty of pushing them. But this is the start of the racing. It's the first event that counts for points, the first fleet race of the cycle. It's the first time that we'll see some teams racing against themselves. And most importantly of all, it's where the real gossip and chatter starts, which, apart from the sheer beauty of the place, the food, oh my God, the wine, and, as I discovered last night, the local beer, that's why we're here. But first, let's start with what we know about how this Cup cycle will work, because it's only just over a year before the America's Cup match itself takes place in Naples in July. Before that, there is the Challenger Selection Series, the winner of which takes the Louis Vuitton Cup. Leading into that, there will be a preliminary event in AC75s. This will be the first time that teams will have raced their big boats in anger. That's all in 2027. But apart from the Cup match, we don't know any other dates. And that includes dates for the Youth and Women's America's Cup events that will be held, like last time, in the AC40s. In fact, working further backwards to today, according to the America's Cup protocol, there will be 3 preliminary events. But we're pretty sure that this has been reduced to 2, especially because it was recently revealed that the second preliminary event that was due to take place in Naples in June was to be postponed. I'm guessing that this is because the new infrastructure in Naples is behind time. And what I'm hearing is that September seems more likely for this event. Now, bear with me, because all of that is why this event matters. Because if teams can't move into Naples, some are going to have an issue with where they can train. The Italians have their main base here. They can run both their AC40s and AC75 with plenty of space. All good for them. The French have decided to use their base in Lorient as their main facility, where they have much of what they need and plenty of space to expand. But after that, it gets tricky for the others. The Swiss are working out of a scaled-down site in Barcelona after their base was dismantled. It's small and presumably tricky to run the full-time operation, if indeed it's possible at all. The British don't have a base in Barcelona either, and while we don't know where it is, it doesn't seem to be here. I'm seeing them tomorrow, so I'll ask. But my guess is that they were planning to send it to Naples. But if that's delayed, where do they sail their AC75? And on that issue, where's the boat? Again, I'll ask tomorrow. The Americans have Pensacola in the States as their base, and doubtless sail their AC75 there until next year. The same would go for the Kiwis, except that it's heading into winter down there, so doing this event and then having another in June would have been perfect. Back home, well ahead of the spring and well in time to get the AC75 ready. But now they're going to have to clock up more air miles with a trip home now, then back in September. But once there, they can concentrate on the big boat. For the Aussies, who knows? They've only just announced the team, and like the Americans, are not going to be here. So, what I take from all of this is that the delays in Naples could alter the slope of the pitch for some, by making it hard to get the hours on the water that they'd like, which in turn makes this one of the few events that you can race and train under pressure. And remember, it's all very well to get race sharp in Sail GP, but you only have one helmsman on those boats. In AC40s, part of the value in training on these boats is learning to work with someone on the other side who you may not know that well and that you certainly can't see. Knowing how that works under pressure on the racecourse is very important. And one last thing. In my last piece, I said that 45 days didn't seem that much. Maybe not by normal standards, but for some it might be a challenge to get to that number anyway, let alone the extra days that they may have been given. And when hours on the water are such a key thing, missing potential days afloat is something you really don't want to do. In the meantime, here in Cagliari, we've got a day of official practice racing, followed by 3 days of racing for real. So for now, it's back to this amazing town. It's very hospitable locals and it's very good local brews. What a place.